I will never understand how we still have in 2026 Mikel Arteta out fan base in the Arsenal fan base after everything we've gone through, after the back-to-back 8th places, after coming out of the trenches, right? This man took us out from 8th place, took over mid-season, we finished 8th place, following year 8th place again. And then we finally get into European football in the Euros, in the Europa League. And then we end up missing on top 4. We still give them more time. We finally get Champions League football. We end up, beating Real Madrid, in the Champions League. That's how far we came. We went from Burnley losing 1-0 to beating Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, an aggregate of 5-1. Currently, top of the Premier League and Champions League in the FA Cup still. Semi-finals, you're up 3-2 going back home against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. You're in every competition. The quadruple is alive. And we have people saying Arteta out. And if this isn't more evidence that Mikel Arteta is literally doing an amazing job and is a perfect manager for Arsenal, other big clubs in Spain, right? People who absolutely highly rate La Liga saying it's better than the Premier League. Well, you've got Barcelona who are in first place saying the next manager, their main, candidate for their next manager is Mikel Arteta because they are impressed with the job he's done at Arsenal. I would be too. If he ends up winning the Premier League or Champions League with Arsenal, this man is going to be in some very uncomfortable situations with your favorite manager. Guaranteed. Because many managers have never taken the Arsenal job because they've always seen the stereotype of, oh yeah, they never win big trophies, oh, they're bad luck, oh, the fan base, all the pressure, this, that, and the other. And this man, former player, comes in and turns it around and makes them a top 3 team in the world. Currently, the best team in the world right now. Because they are first in the Champions League, first in the Premier League, and still in every cup competition. They are the indefinitely best club in the world currently today. And obviously Barcelona are eyeing him. He also came through Barcelona. But just to make it, pour salt in the wound for you, right? Barcelona's main rival, Real Madrid, who hate Barcelona, are eyeing a former Barcelona Academy product to be their manager. That's how good Mikel Arteta's been. And not only does Barcelona see, oh yeah, Arteta's done a great job at Arsenal. He's a former player there. If we end up getting rid of Flick or Flick leaves us, he's done a great job. But the next manager we would love to see in the near future be Mikel Arteta. And not only that, they're being rivaled by Real Madrid because they obviously have a managerial crisis because they treated, Xabi Alonso poorly. Poor locker room. Arbeloa has already lost to his second division team. So they're like, right now we are a mess, but not as a big of a mess, which was lockdown Arsenal, which Mikel Arteta made it from a banter team that, everybody ridiculed. They were the biggest meme ever to the best club in the world. And they're thinking, you know what? We are literally in second place. We're still in the Champions League. Yeah, we're not in the Copa del Rey. We lost the Super Cup. But we're not as bad a position as Arsenal was during COVID lockdown. And if Mikel Arteta could turn around that boat, this boat should be easy. And they are eyeing him as well. So that's how good Mikel Arteta's been. That even rivals, people that hate, rivals, everybody, all the actual important people, Real Madrid, the club, Florentino Perez, Laporta, all these guys are eyeing Mikel Arteta because he literally is an elite manager. And for Arsenal fans to be asking for his head when he's first place in both major competitions, still in cup competitions. Mate, what else do you want from this man? He could be invincible this season and we would still have fans crying over a draw that, oh man, we played, very conservative that match. The only 2 points we've dropped all season. And fans would absolutely point that out. Not all the other wins. The draw would be, oh yeah, this shows why Arteta should be out. Mate, let us not push an agenda with no absolute reason, because it flabbergasts me that there's actual fans that are saying Mikel Arteta out.